Okay, it's going to be day one here. I have been taking the Valara stuff, but I haven't really talked to my nutrition coach, which of course would be DS. And so I did that finally at the beginning or the end of last week, I should say. And so he's put me on a meal plan, telling me what I need to do and things that he wants me to do. And because I was telling him that I'm not losing any weight using the Valara products, and I usually take them, with my meals, but. He said, okay, well, let's talk. So we did. We set up an appointment, and this is what he told me. He wants me to have 2 meals a day. Meat is allowed during those 2 meals only, and then 4 snacks. He wants me to read an article on health. And oxidation, I believe, is what he said. The other thing he said was to drink 16 ounces of alkaline water a half hour before I eat. I don't actually have my living water with Valara yet, so until that time, the only kind of alkaline water that I'm going to be able to have is the ones that I make. And so how you make alkaline water is you take good water, not a plastic bottle now. Go to the store and buy yourself glass spring water. There's bottles of spring water that is in glass. Don't do the plastic. That just makes the water acidic and it's useless. So make sure you do that part. Then in the glass container, water bottle, take a lemon and squeeze real lemon, not lemon juice or any of that nonsense. A real lemon, cut it in half and squeeze the juice into the water. What he said was, don't put a lot of the juice in the water, but put a little bit of the juice so at least you can taste it. So what I would say is that I have, I don't know, they're about 32 ounces of water bottles, glass bottles, and I would say about a half a lemon, small lemon juice into that bottle. And that would be good. So he said, yes, so 16 ounces alkaline water a half hour before I eat. And then on one of the meals, so I'm going to have 2 meals, that's going to be meat allowed, and 1 meal, which is a third meal, I will have a replace shake for that meal. So 2 meals where I'm allowed to have meat, and 1 meal where I'm going to have the Valara replace shake. And of course I have the whey and the chocolate because soy is not good for people with thyroids. It attacks us, soy does. So we need to make sure when we are drinking protein drinks, which the replace, which is behind me here, the replace is not made of soy. It's made of whey, which of course comes from milk. And so soy is to be used by people who can't handle the milk. I don't have a problem with drinking milk or any of its products. So for me, it has to be a whey shake. And so that's the thing. That's what he's having me do. And so we're going to do that for a month, okay? And today's the first day. I hadn't looked at the list. I decided to make a food journal that I write down. I've got, Fat Secret, which I like on the internet because it's community and people and stuff like that. But I like the food journal because I like to write things down. So I'm going to keep my food journal every day, and when I eat, I'm going to write it down, what it is that I'm eating, when I'm taking my supplements, to make sure that that's being taken care of, and that I do that correctly. And so I hadn't looked at this, and I had really forgot about the 16 ounces of alkaline water before I eat. And he's talking about meals, I believe. I'll have to make sure with him about that. But I believe it was just meals, and not before the snacks. I mean, you know, I'd be drinking and eating all day long. 16 ounces of water 6 times, 7 times a day. I don't know. I think that's too much water for me. But I'm supposed to drink about 110 ounces of water, I believe it is. Or 100 ounces of water, I'm right. Yeah, 100 ounces of water I'm supposed to be drinking. So, anyway, I'll figure it out, and I'll let you know, and I'll ask him and make sure. I believe he means before meals, though. And I think that has to do with digestion, the alkaline water, until I get the living water, which I'm going to be getting, because I'm thrilled. I just can't wait till I can actually try that stuff. And use it regularly. But the alkaline water, I think, is there to fill up my stomach, you know, before I eat, but, you know, to make me feel full, I guess. I really don't have a big problem with that, because I don't eat until I'm full. I actually hate the feeling of feeling full. So I can tell you that, you know, I don't have a big problem with that. So I'll have to discuss that with him. And I'll let you know about the article that he said to read. And so that's it. Today's September 1st, 2015. And it's the first official day that I've decided to follow his advice, do what he said to do, and without doing too much other stuff. He didn't say anything about exercise. I personally like to ride my bike and to work out in the gym, so I will continue to do that also. And I don't want to stop doing that just to do this, so I'm going to do the exercising part also, about 30 minutes a day, and on the days that I go to the gym, maybe about an hour. So, you know, so that's not too much. It's 30 minutes and an hour 3 times a week. And that's it. So until next time, talk to you. Bye.